Charlie, see, I have filler for you today. Filler. The Honorable Nii Lante Vanderpuye would have been a nice guest on the show, but Honorable says, Honorable. Oh, let's get to business. Charlie, I have backstories for you today. Hey, Charlie. Fear delegates. Fear delegates. Oh, yes, he's coming. Oh, yes, he is coming. The Honorable Nii Lante Vanderpuye will have first take as Ghana and the Normalization Committee announce a new GFA president. It's a full house already. Nathan Quao, the boss, is here. Fentu Tahiru is here. Coach Christopher Nimil is also here. And you, of course, our lovely listeners. 0549986996. 0549986996. You can also follow me on Twitter and follow the discussion at Kojon Ketia. Use the hashtag Sports Panorama. Heavy on the agenda today, like I said, is the fact that Kurt Okraku has been overwhelmingly elected. 93 delegates affirmed him as the next president of the GFA. Honorable Nii Lante Vanderpuye, welcome to Sports Panorama. I forgot to introduce.
I thought you would add after 2 rounds of voting.
Almost a third.
Well,
Almost a third. Yeah, almost a third.
Benjamin and Ketia here. I've been off for a while. Back in the business. Today is a day of history, so I had to come back. But Honorable, like you yourself said, it was a tense day of voting today. I had to take literally 3 rounds for Kurt to be affirmed as the next man to lead Ghana football forward. First and foremost, your impression on the entire electoral process and what you make of Kurt ascending the throne to lead Ghana football.
Well, thank you very much, Benjamin. And let me say that it's good for Ghana football. I thank God that we've gone through a very good elections. I want to say the election itself was orderly. People conducted themselves very well. And as a politician, I was envious of the sort of atmosphere I saw.
Yeah.
As compared to what we see when we are having our elections. Maybe because this one is more football. I thought football was more passionate than politics. But then, I saw that the people conducted. So I want to congratulate all the delegates.
They were more diplomatic.
Yes, I think that people were eager to see us have our football back. So they were ready to conform to all the instructions and orders that had been given in order to have a very successful Congress. And I think between yesterday, I was a bit worried about voting yesterday and voting today. I thought that all the 2 elections could have been done the same day. I think it has had a toll on the delegates in a way, and to some extent also did not help, because I think the voting yesterday and today had a problem, because definitely somebody could use influence on yesterday's voting to determine the outcome of today's voting. If all have been done on a day, possibly we'll have had a different result and outcome by now. But on the whole, I think it's been successful. It's good for Ghana football. It's a step towards achieving what we all been looking for: transparency, fair play, and also accountability in our football. But I'll still repeat, just as I've said some few minutes ago, I thought that we'll have done the right things first. Building the right structures, so at these elections and whoever is elected will be conforming to some of the things we put in place in order to ensure that we are able to achieve what we set ourselves for. But then it looks like we put the cart before the horse. But there's nothing wrong going back and doing those things, because Benjamin, let me be frank with you, all is not well with our football. And we have not done the things that we need to do in order to change the course of our football, so that people we put in administration will work within a particular realm. And then we can set ourselves targets, so we can have KPIs for all of them and be able to determine whether they are achieving results or not. Right now, let me ask you, what are we going to do with coast football?
Well, I think that people like Kurt outlined a very elaborate plan in this manifesto for.
What about if they don't? What about if they don't do it?
There's that.
You understand? Political parties have manifestos. Are they able to achieve their manifestos? I know. So it's there's nothing really going to bind the person to go by what he has said or what he has promised. But if we ourselves as a people have said, I said, this is what we must do for coast football. Yeah. This is what we must do for the development of Division 3, Division 2, an enhancement of Division 1 football, and also stabilizing professional football. These are the things we expect an FA to do. Yeah. Then we will have set certain standards for those we elect. And then we'll be able to measure them, whether they are delivering or not. But then what has happened is that we have left the system back to the people, and we'll be praying to God that the people will do what they said.
I was just about to ask you again that, just based on what you're saying, you realize that most of the individuals that elected Kurt into power, for instance, the RFAs, the Division 1 reps, it's literally the same industry once again. Mm-hmm. From where you stand, member of the Sports Committee of Parliament, do you believe that transparency will come to our football and that we will do a 360 from where we were before we arrived here?
I want to pray that God will touch the heart of the people. He will instigate their patriotic instincts, and for them to be nationalistic, have the passion and the desire to offer sacrificial job to enhance the football instead of themselves. Because let me tell you, one of the ills of our football is the fact that people become selfish and greedy. People think about themselves and what they will get for themselves more than what the nation, you and I, need to do, what we will get out of the football. And if that sentiment continue to persist, then we'll be going back to square one. We will not be able to achieve the results we are looking at.
Finally, if you had to pinpoint just one critical thing that's on your heart that you think is essential to our football that Mr. Okraku, the new president, must address, what will it be?
The management of national teams. Straight. Management of national teams. I've not been happy with the way management teams have been managed. From the ladies up to them. From whether we have academy. After, do we have a national under 7, national under 12, under 14,
no,
under 15? Other countries do. And look at Europe. They are playing European under 19 and all those, and very competitive. The clubs today, England, for example, Manchester under 21 are even playing in a competitive tournament. They are even under 21s are playing in Europe.
They have their own champions.
So all these things are things I thought that we will be able to do. And so if you ask me, those are the things I'll be expecting the new administration to look at. All is not lost, because I think that we did very well with the election of the Executive Council. I'm very happy with some of the names I saw coming out. For example, Randy Abe, Dr. Obin, Mark Addo, Abibata, Fedachi, and all this. I was a bit sad that someone like Kwekwe did not win. To me, he has exemplified the sort of attitude and behavior and character that I expected everybody at the FA to do through that number 12. So it's a pity that somebody like him, who, proved himself better than the system that existed before, could not have been sacrificed. Somebody like Justice Boyson, a retired footballer, played for Vipers, played for Dwarfs, played for Second Year Zakers, somebody, a chartered accountant, he has a master's in business administration, very, very capable person, was not voted because people have not seen too much in football. Meanwhile, when he was playing football, some of the people who voted had not been born. You understand? But he has something. So I look at it and say, look, we have diverse human resource. How do we harness all these people, possibly those who have lost elections? Nobody can dismiss the contribution of somebody like Alhaji Gruza to our game. You may not like him, but then he's contributed something to our game. How do we harness all these people who the electoral process did not give them an opportunity to serve? How are we going to get them together? How are we going to create a synergy between the new GFA, the Executive Council, and the Ministry for Youth and Sports that will make sure that we have a cohesive working relationship? Are we going to still maintain the sort of thing where we have government spending so much on the national teams to the benefit of individuals and not to the system, and also at the expense of other sporting disciplines? All these things are things that I will be expecting to look at. But let me say, also will be dependent on people like you. I'm being frank with you. If you people are going to hold the new people accountable, we shall succeed. If sports presenters, sports writers, and the rest are going to allow themselves to be corrupted and to do the bidding of people in authority, then we may not be able to achieve what we are looking for. I will be expecting from today, the way you sometimes hold politicians accountable, you do so with sports administration in this country.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
You're the Honorable Nii Lante Vanderpuye, former sports minister and also a member of the Sports Committee of Parliament. Congratulations to Mr. Kurt Okraku for being elected president of the Ghana Football Association. Now the Sports Panorama crew and the Citi Sports Desk will also have their take. Before that, a message to delegates. Okay, so we are Charlie. Listen,
You know, this afternoon, when the voting, the first round of the voting ended, I was telling my colleagues in the newsroom, that people should get ready. The pharmacists will have to start loading up on Imodium. And I'm very sure that some people have popped 1 or 2 pills of Imodium.
Charlie.
Hey!
Listen.
Football. Look, when the numbers started dropping, even my colleagues who are not football people were stunned.
I'm telling you.
The numbers. Kurt Okraku, 44.
George
Free 40. I said,
Charlie.
Fred Pop was 6. And when is that about? I had to hold the chair. Like, what?
No, he said Jesus. He said blood of Jesus. Blood of Jesus.
I call him. Oh my goodness. A colleague at is it Adom FM? Songo was on air, right? He said when some of the numbers started dropping, he said, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Yes.
Hey.
Woo. Charlie. But the word of the day goes to Patrick Akoto. Patrick Akoto was given a chance to speak about Charlie. I can't pronounce the word.
The Hibby-Jibbies.
Hibby-Jibbies. The election was.
No, he said the Hibby-Jibbies that the number 12 expose has caused. I'm like,
Patrick Akoto, wherever you are,
he could have just said.
We greet you.
He could have just said anxiety.
Yeah, the
Hibby-Jibbies
has caused a monumental earthquake.
A monumental earth-shattering
earthquake. Oh, Patrick. Charlie, we know what Patrick
but you know, in the build-up to the elections, some soundbites have been killer.
Yeah, Charlie.
My favorite soundbite, you know that one?
Which one?
You know that one? Oh, one that had one delegate saying that Ghana football didn't need some.
Charlie, but that person.
Are you talking about
that person?
You
listen.
This is not time for Matramakwe. This is a time for somebody who is tried and tested. That's all I can say. Thank you very much. This is not time for Matramakwe. This is a time for somebody who is tried and tested. That's all I can say. Thank you very much.
Charlie,
Election sound clips.
this is not time for Matra Makwe. Charlie, but see that picture of George Efree when the
first
Nana
ended.
Yeah.
Man,
Credit to
That's
that.
the only picture that can beat the Nimili photo.
credit to that I'll listen.
That I only say caught that shot at the right time.
No. Try me no Michael.
Please play it again.
Try me.
Which one?
Try me no
Okuku Seku.
Michael.
Please give it to me.
Try me no Michael.
Charlie.
Oh,
Coach, let me tell before I even take your observation and your thoughts on this entire process, right? When I was walking up to the College of Surgeons and Physicians, there, they were just about doing the third round affirmation votes.
Yeah.
And people were already filing out. You know, people who had dressed or shepherd, they were filing out, like walking out very disgruntled, shuffling their feet. I was like, there's something wrong in this place. And then I entered the premises of the College of Surgeons and Physicians. The atmosphere was some way, like some way. Like, you know, like some way. I don't know how George Efree exited the place. Friends will probably give us an update on that, but it probably must have fed into that narrative because apparently some people said that they were in a comfortable lead and that as far as Division 1 votes were concerned, they had put it in Eddie Doku's cloak and it was safe. As far as Premier League votes were concerned, they were also put away in Nathan Quao's ballot box. Things were secure. And then all of a sudden, everything plummeted and it went downhill. But guys, I heard some things.
I'm speechless.
And I will say it on this platform.
Say it. You heard it. You are not the originator.
No. Charlie, they say the Godfather.
Nemo.
The Kingmaker.
Oh, Nemo.
Nemo.
He was posted in a certain V8.
Allah.
It was a V8 convoy, just on some side road near the.
You mean Nemo himself? Nemo. Okay. All right. Okay.
Nemo Sikedie.
Nemo Ken.
Mr.
Was at the election grounds.
They say he was posted somewhere where he was doing his thing. You know, Gepetto, the puppet master. They said the puppet master was pulling strings
from inside the back of a V8.
I said,
Coach,
yesterday by 11 p.m. we're all making our calls, trying to find out whether you've secured the number of delegates required to get you past the 50 plus 1%. And then a certain voice of Nemo just dropped, boom.
Allah.
I will do everything, anything within my might to ensure that the Matra Makwe man will not win this. So listening to what you are saying, that Nemo had packed somewhere.
Oh, me I heard
Nemo, ni egbra ni bi, there's be agbra. Oh, me kaba no kwale. Then agbra there's be ajani. Now look, on a more serious note, I'm not a happy man. I'm a sad man. Not because the election has turned out the way it's turned out. No, come on. I have always sat on this platform and say this election was George's election to lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was clear.
And honestly,
that was what happened.
On the ground, that's exactly what happened.
The George Efree campaign team completely lost the elections. I don't want to believe that current president. Congratulations to Kurt Okraku. He deserves it.
Yeah, I mean,
he deserves everything.
Yeah, we'll come there. He deserves it.
From a losing position, he knows. Those around him, they knew and they are aware. From a clear losing position, they've turned this around, and he's now the next big thing for the next 4 years. So it is congratulations to Kurt. Like you read, it will come there. But if you look at the manner in which this election was,
and they say George gets stomach pains the time the thing happens.
You see, very natural, you will react. So I mean, that picture that is a natural what?
It's a natural.
It's a natural.
It's no joke. I would have reacted the same. You would have reacted the same. Kurt Okraku would have reacted the same.
Would you have gotten running stomach?
No, maybe. But of course, my facial expression definitely would have changed.
George didn't want anybody to see the face.
But the fact of the matter is this: the delegates needed something, and whoever gave it to them voted. Just last week, we had the famous Awache.
Yes, Charlie.
Go round.
Charlie, but
somebody said delegate mind had been changed because they had been served the most delicious and best Wache ever.
The most fashionable Wache in town
ever. So that should have sent a message across to whoever was going to compete for this election, that if people
there was nothing certain. There was nothing
certain. Yes. Because I am aware that some other
there was heavy campaigning between the first round and the second round.
And for me,
heavy campaigning.
If you could come close to 75 delegates, feed them, like more or less provide shelter for them, 2 days running, get all of them to the voting center,
and you still couldn't get those 75 people.
Get those 7, even not 60, to vote for you. But no more fear delegate, no more. Try me also.
I'll be dropping the Coach Nimili official fear delegates boogie.
Charlie.
In the next 60 seconds.
You see, when the gunman said, "Oh, Charlie,"
this is crazy.
That time I say, "Ganyo Crown touching." Oh, Charlie, how did it happen?
Look,
Charlie.
I don't know, and Chris, I totally agree with you because all of us around this table and everybody who had an eye in this election, and if you work in our space, you knew up until say last week Friday, you knew where the elections were heading. I think a lot of things happened between last Friday and today. A lot of big things happened between Monday and yesterday. And I think that this is a lesson to anybody, whatever you are competing for, you are never safe until the very end.
That's it.
Especially when people have got to make a decision
on you
from a number of people. You are never ever safe, and it can go south at any time. And I think nobody can contest that Mr. George Free was in a good position heading into this election.
Comfortable lead.
He was.
But on the flip side, you have to credit Team Okraku.
Of course, man. They knew what they had to do.
They worked hard.
They knew what they had to do.
And I've noticed something in this election, whether it was at the EXCO level or this one. Those who were ready to get their hands and feet wet and dirty won.
Exactly.
If you were ready to break your back
to get it
and go down to the people and talk to them and meet them and do whatever
and give them what they want,
you would win.
Oliver, talking about giving them what they want. Jordan Kumamens has scored 0.
Coach, you wait, I beg you. You play the declaration after round 1. You play the declaration after round 1. Let's get to that declaration after round 1. It's one of my favorite parts of the election.
We'll come back.
You play that the round 1 declaration. The round 1.
Amanda Akwaku Clinton 0. Nanaya Amponsa 27 votes. George Ankuma Mensah 0. Total valid votes 117. Total rejected votes 1.
Wait a minute. So
I spoke to Amanda
so the total rejected votes got more than those two.
Amanda and John.
I knew that's what he was going to say.
Charlie Jordan Kuma Mensah say the delegates no one hear corruption matter.
Oh yeah, he told them. He said you can't realize the Ghana football delegates, they don't want to hear anything about anti-corruption.
He says he went preaching anti-corruption. He said the delegates say you should get out with this book-long anti-corruption life. Hey, delegates.
But Ben, another thing that we need to say. How do you say that word? Is it monetization?
The monetization
of election.
Monetization of election. Come on.
You know, the honest truth is that it's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. Guys,
for me,
if you get the chance, Chris, there's a report by the CDD.
Yes.
That talks about how expensive it is to contest or to
parliamentary
to be an
primaries, and then
when they work the numbers, we're dealing with
close to $1 million.
Yeah, we're dealing with
no more. If I put close to $1 million to win an election, without a doubt, nobody can get me to think or do otherwise. I will make sure after the fair I get my money back. That is the way it's become, and it's sad because elsewhere, come on, man, people vote based on this.
But even at the FIFA level, there have been accusations of gift
money.
giving,
Yeah,
money to influence,
and it's sad.
Yeah.
Look, take it or leave it. It had a serious say on this election. But like I've just said, that's what the delegate wanted. That's what they asked for. So you gave it to them. They vote for you.
But guys, on a lighter note, I think that we can all pat ourselves on the back
Yeah, man.
and make a bold and say something that's. I mean, this is very flippant and very.
Yeah, man.
I'm being facetious.
But I've loved everybody.
I'm being facetious, but we can say that we got to interview Kurt. President.
Oh, but he was here. I mean,
Kurt was sitting in this chair,
and then he did say
and then
he win it. And he's won it. For me,
Timo Okraku, if you are listening to our shouts to you,
of him today at the grounds, he looks just like the president.
He looked the part.
He looked the president elect. And for me, I have worked with the Vision FC owner, Marco Sekra. When I called, I found out from somebody. I said, "What is the outfit of my boss?" Or Sekre, the Vision. They said my boss was in a complete. I said, "Come on, these guys will pull." They pull the trigger. They know what to do. Osakre knows how it is done. He knows what he needs to do to get his candidate beyond the finish line.
Let's now listen to Kurt Okraku, the game changer, the newly elected president.
He changed the game indeed
of the Ghana Football Association. Let's listen to him as he shares his thoughts following his election as the next president of the association.
We have a lot of quality in this country. The quality the six of us have shown through our manifestos, our engagements, which has been relatively clean. Again, let's be proud of our achievements.
I believe that we have the capacity to ignite passion and to create wealth for everybody. The campaign team led by Jones Alasambu have been amazing. We fought among ourselves, we disagreed, but we, at the end of the day, agreed on common cause. I think that our message was very clear to the electorates. Attendance at Congress today was fantastic. I dove my heart out to all the other aspirants from George Hefriye, Osei Palmer, Wilfred Osei Palmer, Ankuma, Amanda, Nanayao, my brother, Fred Papo, my senior brother, everybody. I think that together we've been winners. Okay, we have shown to the entire sporting populace and the world at large that we can disagree on policies, but we can agree as human beings in terms of decision making. And today we made a decision to take Ghana forward, Ghana football 2 or 5 notches higher than where we are. A decision to ignite passion and to create wealth, not only for Kurt, but for players, for staff at the Secretariat and across the country, to corporate Ghana. I think that it's a new era, a new dawn, where again we will start to enjoy our sport. We'll right all the wrongs and ensure that we create an industry that will be the envy for many to come.
So you heard Kurt Okraku there. He says that it's time to work. It's time to unify the divided factions. It's time for Ghana football to move forward in the right direction. Fento Tahiru literally covered this from morning. He was there to open the gates for the elections to begin. Daniel swept the compound of the GFA, and Nathan arranged the ballot boxes.
Oh, I mean, talking about the boxes, I was watching it on TV. I saw the box. What I saw,
Is it snatchable? The box you saw, was it snatchable?
Afarijan.
I was just smiling at the box.
Like, man, if I had it retired. Man, if I had it retired.
Oh man.
Nathan says he has retired like Afarijan.
No, but I'm surprised. You know, anyway.
He has retired like Afarijan.
Tell me about Afarijan. I once, like 3 years ago, I heard a story on one of the newspapers. I think it was the Chronicle. They said some people had gone to steal tilapia from Afarijan's pond.
Why is your life like this?
You see, people doesn't have any modicum of this. What do you mean? But you are stealing tilapia from Afarijan's pond?
Yeah.
What's the meaning of this? Hey! Anyway,
You see, me, before I say anything, I have a special dedication.
Hey.
Michael, give it to me.
No more. Listen, you know when Kurt was just about ready to give his acceptance speech, and he actually did acknowledge George Free's effort during the race, and somebody shouted from the auditorium, why from the back, Wada. And then he gave shout-outs to Amanda Clinton. And then somebody shouted, yes, Nicki Minaj. I wasn't happy at all.
I wasn't
happy. Nicki Minaj said saying,
loud one, oh. Somebody just shouted and said,
Nicki Minaj.
Let's give it up for my sister Amanda Clinton. She's done an amazing job. Give it up for Amanda. Then, as soon as the claps died, no.
But
Nicki Minaj.
But you see, guys.
What is that?
Listen. But you know that Ziggy the artist, he predicted it 6 years ago that a day will come, that the name Amanda will be popular. Ziggy predicted 6 years ago. Let me put you in the time machine. Let's go back in time. Let's enjoy Ziggy's prophecy of Amanda. You listen.
Everybody let me see you do Amanda. Yeah, let me see you do Amanda. Everybody let me see you do Amanda. Let me see you do Amanda. Everybody let me see you do Amanda. Let me see you do Amanda. Everybody let me see you do Amanda. Let me see you do Amanda. Everybody let me see you do Amanda. Let me see you do Amanda. Everybody let me see you do Amanda.
hey, Amanda Clinton.
Sure.
0 votes.
Charlie, I spoke to Amanda after. The first question. Amanda, what you scored 0. What's your reaction to that? Were you surprised? No, I'm absolutely delighted with the result. And then I was like, which result? The 0? Yeah. They voted with their hearts. So I'm just happy to be part of this campaign. I'm like, I'm happy you joined.
but earlier, she had another thing to say though. Before Fen spoke to her earlier, she spoke on GTV. This is what she said. This is what she said.
I'm not sure, but I just think it's a sign that football people want football people to manage football, and they sent a clear message. But I'm very okay with the decision. But I'm very humbled to have been part of the process and just to have seen democracy work in football. Yeah.
By making them have the risk of wasting their vote. So I have to make life. I have to be here.
And finally, will you avail yourself should the new administration call on you and say we need Fred to add 1 or 2 things to our administration? Are you willing to do it?
There's no new administration yet. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
What did you say?
We heard Amanda Clayton first of all, and then Fred Papo. Fred Papo says there's no new administration yet.
At the time they asked him, yes, there was
no new administration.
Yeah. I spoke to Fred Papo too. I asked him if
the how.
I asked him the how. And the how.
Yeah.
He said the delegates wanted more than worse. Wait. If you have time, tune into Citi TV at 8 p.m. All those interviews you play there. Papa said the delegates perhaps wanted something more than worse. And me, I didn't have anything more than worse to offer them. And I asked him specifically, I said, by something more than worse, did you mean money? He said, nobody asked me money. The delegates cried, they're afraid to ask me for money.
It says Fred Papo on charge.
Charlie, we have spent 45 minutes just trolling people.
No, it's fine.
We are not trolling. I dislike the use of that word. No. This is real life election.
We are giving our listeners
people have suffered
actually transpired.
People have suffered stomach pains, face pains, and left the auditorium. It's not this.
In the last 3 weeks, I've learned something from the Court of Arbitration for Sport. They say irreparable damage.
Charlie.
Oh, you relax.
There was one.
I have the juicier one here. You relax. The juicy update. Friday night. Should I give the update? Friday night.
Go ahead.
Friday night football. Southampton 0, Leicester 5. At the end of the first half.
Oh my goodness.
I can give you scorers for those who are playing fantasy. Chilwell, Yuri Tillman, Ayoze Perez 2 goals. One assisted by Chilwell, one assisted by Yuri Tillman.
Wow.
And Jamie Vardy. So as for today, Leicester might score 10.
Wow,
Let me read a few messages before I come back to you guys.
Oh wait, before the messages. There was one moment that I saw.
Yeah.
That absolutely had me. After the second round of voting, when Naraya dropped, and he was now left with George and Kurt alone to go. The outside, after the first round, people came out, canvassed for more votes, went back inside. The second round, after the second round voting, when Kurt was missing the presidency by just 1 vote, and George came out, Randy Abe was, Randy was like, he was the guy. And Randy was also the guy that actually decided whether somebody would step down or he was the go-to guy to go and speak to people to urge them to do the right thing. So your man come down, George came down from the staircase, giddy, come down, he called Randy. Yeah, Randy turned. Randy went to him and said, oh wait. Randy, they come. Then he went back to the back of the building on the phone. Then he came back in and he went to Randy, and I was standing right there and I was filming. Then I could hear what they were saying, and then the guys came to stop me from filming. I was just standing there, and he just asked Randy, "What do you think we should do?" And you see, this is it's very sad and very interesting at the same time, because Randy wasn't part of his campaign team.
Yep.
Yeah,
but he's the guy. Yeah, but he's the guy he's gone to ask him
what the
next move should be. And I'm saying this because it can tell us something about what the future could be and what role Randy Abe could play in the next GFA administration. And if you have time, we are going to analyze this, because trust me, these elections were more than just Kurt Okraku winning. I am telling you for a fact. Some people have won even bigger than Kurt himself in that GFA elections, starting from yesterday's election.
Yes, go.
Because the executive committee election was what predicted the outcome of today's election. And it was very obvious, because yesterday The moment the executive committee elections were done, and especially the Division 1 League, the moment the Division 1 League elections were done, every presidential candidate left the GFA, the election grounds. So they never witnessed the Premier League elections. They left because the Premier League elections didn't matter to them anymore.
Okay. The Division 1 had more numbers.
They had more numbers, and they were more susceptible to influence.
Change, yep.
Than the Premier League clubs. Exactly. So everybody left. And you see the dynamics of elections right after the ESCO elections were declared at the GFA. Anybody that was there yesterday, that was when George Afriye realized, that was when it dawned on him that the elections were far from conclusive in his favor. Far from it. And you see, when you talk about strategy is key in elections. Because yesterday, those elections, those ESCO elections, especially Division 1, all of the other candidates pushed a particular candidate for the ESCO from Division 1. But George and his people made one big mistake in these elections throughout. They made too many promises to too many people that they couldn't even have been able to redeem even if they had won. And that started to manifest itself even in the lower level elections. And I'll give you a very good example. And I know this, and I know this. You see, Division 1. Why do you think that? And you should tell us something about these elections and something about Ghana football and where we are headed and whether we are headed in the right direction. It's more than just Kurt winning. Because how is it possible that the one person that represented the integrity of the Ghana Football Association, the one good thing about the GFA administration, Jem Das and Anas expose,
Kwekweya.
He got single 7.
He lost.
7 votes.
Yep.
7.
And not to catch you, but that feeds into what I was saying about Nkrumah Mensah and the message he tried to propagate to the delegates. They don't want to hear about anti-corruption.
We can dance around and say it's a new dawn. It is not a new dawn.
It is not. It is not.
Because see, I'm not a supporter of Kwekweya, but I'm telling you that there was no bigger message to the corporate world, to the entire country, for Ghana football to have voted Kwekweya, a man that stood out as the only man of integrity in that Anas expose, into the executive committee. It would send a message. It would be symbolic. But what did they do? They didn't just reject him. It was an embarrassing rejection.
He was completely humiliated.
Daniel was there. When Daniel went to interview, Daniel, what did he say? He said, but I've lost. What do you want me to say?
No, slow.
It was a very, very sad sight.
I'm telling you.
He just retreated into one corner.
And you see,
and stayed there for about 30 minutes to an hour while everybody was dribbling. You could see the disappointment in his face.
Yes.
He couldn't understand. That's what he's saying. The one man who stood for integrity, the one man who everybody saw. And it's not like it was hearsay. Everybody saw on the tape that he refused it once, twice, 3 times, and had single 7.
Single 7.
I would have voted for him all day.
The other disappointing part of all of this was that I was in a conversation with him on some WhatsApp group, and he didn't hide it, that he knew he was going to lose the day before the election, because somebody had everywhere he made rounds the day before the election, and everywhere he's gone, people have told him that
this is typical Ghanaian language when it comes to
telling you,
money influence.
Oh yes.
You
see, you see, and he said this, and you see, so he's not the only person to have said that. Nkrumah Mensah said it. Nkrumah Mensah said it. Amanda even said it. In a very cunning way, because she said they wanted people in football to do their own thing. They didn't care about an outsider. That's what it practically meant. So we have a huge problem on our hands. I'm telling you. And Kurt's responsibility is massive. And to get rid of all of these things would take a huge step. And this is where the EXCO comes in. You look at that, the composition of that particular EXCO. And I was talking about, I forgot, the strategy of George Afriyie and his team. That you look at the Division 1, for example. These are people who openly campaigned for George. Kwekweyia was one. Sometime I was one. I'm talking about those who stood for the election. And then there was Alhaji Grusa. All these three people were in the camp of George. Up until yesterday's election, George had an assured number of voters, people who had committed to his camp. Those people were going to be the same, it's the same number who were going to try and vote for those three people to get elected into the EXCO.
Into the council, yeah.
How easy or difficult do you think that's going to be? So they split the votes. So, sometime I had 14, Alhaji Grusa had 10, and a year had 7. If you put these votes together, if they had pushed one candidate, you push them together, they would have had somebody in the executive committee.
Simple.
Easy.
From Division 1.
So they didn't have a unified agenda.
Not at
So
all.
political strategy is key. And George is on the outside now. But if you have somebody who represents your interest in quote on the executive council, that is still some win.
It's very significant, actually.
It is still some win. So that from that angle, they didn't quite play their cards well.
But do you know what?
Then you look at this, the Premier League level. The one place where they were assured an executive council member was Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Because Kotoko openly, this is not hearsay, they released a statement to say that they were backing George. Rookie mistake, in my opinion. Club like Kotoko's stature should not be doing should not be doing these things.
I don't think it was a mistake.
It was
pedigree to do that.
No, it was a rookie mistake. I mean, so what? They are FA elections.
That is why they should not be doing it.
I think I should understand first, because you see now that means that, for instance, I'm not saying it will happen. Kurt openly now knows that you people did not back him.
Exactly. But who cares about that? He's supposed to work.
Yeah, we get that. See, we are saying that. Whatever you do, hold on.
Be an election. A team of the pedigree of Real Madrid. Should not tell the whole whether we back this.
They don't.
It's real.
But they don't.
They
don't.
No, it doesn't happen. It's rare.
But they don't. But you see, it's not like their own presidential.
There's always a lot of, you hear a lot of
that this one is yes. But there's never release a statement saying and the point I was building is this: if you look at what happened at Kotoko, who openly declared their support for George Afriyie, one of their voters was George Amwako. Their CEO.
They changed him.
Then they changed him, and George won the executive council election. The reason George Amwako was changed was because of George Afriyie, who didn't trust his loyalty, who didn't trust that he was going to vote for him. So he had him thrown out. Now he's in the EXCO, and he is no longer going to be good friends with George Afriyie. So I'm saying that there are too many political errors that have been made in the build-up to this.
You see, you don't challenge the might of a team like Kotoko. If George Amwako himself does not handle this issue properly, it could go a long way to undo him.
Of course. I mean, this is Kumasi Asante Kotoko we are talking about. But we are saying that, but you see, ultimately, but ultimately, Kurt Okraku does deserve,
of course,
to win. He's done a lot of grassroots work, and I spoke to him after, and I asked him, what did this electioneering period teach you? And he said he took him to places he had never been before. And this is important because that's the reason some people are listening and wondering how Samuel Enim Ado won election to be on the GFA executive committee. Even when we spoke to him on Panorama last week,
he was somewhere.
He was in the car. This guy drove his car all the way to Paga, all the way to Bolaga, to every corner. Then he was serious. Of course, yes, and he didn't go alone.
Commitment, passion.
Do you understand?
He didn't go with his empty hands.
There were other people next to him, of course. Yes.
Oh, okay. Holding what Ghana must go.
No.
Oh, I'm asking a question.
No, packing the water in the boot. You see, the same thing with Kurt. He told me how much he traveled. He said for the first time he went to Paga. For the first time he saw the crocodiles. For the first time he went to Boku.
He respected those votes.
Yes, and you see the northern votes. Oh, Charlie, we don't have time. We
swung in his favor, actually.
Yeah, the northern votes. Last night, the northern votes have always been Kurt's votes. Always been Kurt's vote because Kurt's biggest campaign manager was Joseph Alassane. Thank you. So the northern votes have always been Kurt's votes. Last night, some people gathered some people somewhere, and you see, and this is not hearsay, because some people gathered some people somewhere trying to steal their northern votes from them, and then people from people from Kurt's camp had wind of what was happening there, and Aminu Shadow went there. They went to greet the people.
He's a hard-working guy.
Oh yeah. Vivian Rokwade. Okay. And you know why? He didn't say anything. You know why? He just wanted the delegates to see that you that are sitting here, that have promised us your votes, I have seen you. If tomorrow we shot by one, it is you. If we shot by two, it is the two of you. So, he told me he went to bed at 5 a.m. People really worked, and I have massive respect for all of them, and I wish there was a way they could all work together, honestly.
But look, we need to comment about Hasselhoff.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. They've also taken yeah.
We'll get there in a bit, but people are in serious crisis. Small music interlude, a quick break, and then we'll be back.
Of course.
Showers on the region. Them done now. Why go down? But you not go get nowhere. Oh, God, you have to Mokbanga. She thought he said, what fair one like you make them big. She went there, oh, large. You say your eye open, but do no blind when rain fall.
One of his favorite numbers.
I remember when I interviewed Kurt like 2 years ago. He quoted a line from this in the interview. What?
Them confused. Charlie, Sports Panorama proudly brought to us by DSTV and also Betway. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we are dropping our own freestyle / whatever.
Last week,
yeah,
I promised something fresh from the lab. It's ready. So after the break, Ghana. Let's go for a break and come.
We'll be back.
They are on the attack. PK passes it to Hazard, who's making a run. He offloads to Salah, who strikes. It's a goal! Watch every step over, dribble, tackle, and pass from your favorite superstars.
Travel the country in just 30 minutes on the U-Tour bus.
I'm just coming from the home or from the palace of the new Yana. This is our story being told.
Journeys to explore.
From the plains to the greens to the scenery to everything. There's so much we need to do, to boost tourism around this area. That guy was just getting up.
Learn and indulge in the culture and lifestyle of the people. U-Tour shows on Citi TV every
Kurt. This one says, I'm surprised Nii Lante is saying so much when people like him have had all opportunities and never kick-started football development. This one here also says that for Kurt's win, a firm... Okay, I don't know. This is too cumbersome. Ada Banku from Dakuma. Charlie, don't laugh. It's his name. He says, congrats to the new GFA president. We can't wait to see our football back again. This one says, good evening, guys. I've learned today that when there's a public call on your name, you are the favorite, and it showed at the College of Physicians and Surgeons. Big ups, Mr. Okraku. Let your policy documents be your second Bible. My last worry is I will find it difficult mentioning Kurt in my worrisome stammering. Well, yeah, I'll put it with that one. Belarina Siedu from Medina says, I don't really know much about Kurt, but during his manifesto launch, the way he walked in from there till now, I always see victory on his forehead. Now it has come to pass. Congrats to him. Joseph from Oyarefa says that was there any sharing of Kinke today? Well, Fence will be able to confirm that. Yeah, Skelly from Dome says that, hi Ben, hope you are doing well, and congrats to Kurt for winning the elections, but I don't understand why Ghanaians are talking so much about football, especially politicians. They don't focus on what is expected of them, like developing pitches and co, but rather they are thinking of who should lead. They should give us a break. This one from Offside from Dakoman says that, Ben, I want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to God for the life of Mr. Okraku. This one also says that 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 5, in the same way you younger people must submit yourselves to your elders, and or you must put on the apron of humility to serve one another. For the scripture of God says, God resists the proud but shows favor to the humble. George the Free, Niso, fear delegates and pa. Well done, Kurt from Kwame. So listen to the name, Kwame G String Virgin. What is this, Charlie? I don't even know what that means, but yeah, we'll move past it. Bleobi Kwesi there from Matayeko says that, good evening guys, carry on with the good work. Congrats to Kurt. I just believe that he will terminate Kwesi Apia's appointment ASAP. Hey, friends, behave. Says, my regards to Honorable. Also, shame on all detractors of Liverpool. We are winning come Sunday. Lambert from Dodoa says, a new dawn begins. We thank the Normalization Committee for a good job done, especially Na Odofole for being firm amidst attacks on radio and social media. Congrats to Kurt. And you should remember he has a huge job at hand, okay? This one says that Nanayo Amponsa has fought a good fight and he has done really well. Better luck next time. That's from Obuo from Dan Suman. This one says that, good evening guys. So today has been a milestone in the annals of Ghana football. Kurt has made sure that a free should have fared from round 1 to the final announcement. For the winner was made. Fear delegates, and please play me Papa Yank's track again. Okay. This one also says that Ghana football is sick, and Kwesi Nyantechi, after Uncle Ben Kofi, should have done something better. He chose to dismantle the scaffold. Okay, so that's a lot of messages coming through. Now we are ready for a musical interlude.
So, like you said last week, I said I'd drop something. So.
Please.
So are you ready, Ghana? Are you ready?
No. Wait.
Yeah.
Daniel, please let me send you. Go and bring a bucket of water.
What's going on?
The fire.
Don't worry.
We need to be ready. Yeah, we need to be ready for the fire.
I quench fire with my bell.
All right, so like I said, Ghana, Sports Panorama fans, everybody, are you ready? I'm about to drop. This is fresh.
The Bishop.
I'm about to drop something really great.
The ballad bus snatcher.
This is my entry.
The ballad bus snatcher. The lyricist.
The Bishop.
The game changer.
All right. So I'm about to drop my entry for the Who the Man.
This is a worldwide exclusive.
This exclusive world premiere mixed by King of
Accra. It's the King of is the King of Accra.
It's the King of Accra.
So here we go. Are you ready? Let's drop.
Yeah. It's about to go down. Who the Man challenge? King of Accra. Mr. Quao. Let's go. Check it. Late night rhymes and my mind is going crazy. Head so clouded, my eyesight hazy. And my brain not working out, doing push-ups. On the heartbeat, you can never really phase me. Beef over, I made up. I'm going back to my rap stuff laid up. And you be thinking I be making it, I say it up. That be when the people taking it to sustain up. To watch a boss and a true killer. Dropping hard gems on the beat, too realer. I check Nike, the Air Force, true filler. I be rolling with the boys and the true pillars. Red Devils on the rampage, I don't think so. Charlie, I said, make you know drink blow. Cause I never ever go forgive, man. Everywhere we go, with the shine, every don't think glow. Charlie, where the question at? Who the man, 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 who the man? You need time for competition, cause you know we got the money coming in the boulevard. Tell him, this is to the haters, you're not running for cover, cause you know we about to shoot the man. Oh no. Who the man, 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 let's go. Breathe, force it, man. Swag so drip, force it, man. From the very middle of the crowd, I've been making all the big boy moves, such as boss it, man. And I hold up, roll up and bowl up now. Wanna get the song, give a soul up now. Never try to take it to the end of the line. When I'm making all the moves, such as roll up now. When I said it and they read it and they went back and they had to edit with the pencil and the paper and they let it. Now they're giving me the credit like a piece of butter while I had to spread it. Take a back seat and then I get it. You may be thinking, who are these? Well, with the bad boys and the super G's. Never messing with the F's and the E's, throw C's, and we be taking the A's and the B's. I got strength, so I hold a car. I check a level in the game and I hold a bar. And the lady said I gotta kill time, so I pull in at the 9 millimeter, show the older mar. And we wild up, bring the style up, switching up from the old time dial up. I got you rapping on the tempo, the ride up, and you be feeling all great with a smile up. So get your style up. Where's Sock Day?
Who the man? 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 You need time for competition, cause you know we got the money coming in the boulevard.
You know.
This is to the haters, you're not running for cover, cause you know we about to shoot the man. Who the man? 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 Who the man?
Now you know who the man is. I am that man. I'm bold and black and brilliant. Mia San Mia. The Who the Man challenge. But I ain't the only man in the crowd, I got my boys with me. Check that out, ready? Listen, Benny Kitty is the man. Listen, Chris Nimley's the man. Listen.
Shout out!
Now you know who.
Play that part again.
Who the man? Who the man? Now you know who the man is. I am that man. I'm bold and black and brilliant. Mia San Mia. The Who the Man challenge. But I ain't the only man in the crowd, I got my boys with me. Check that out, ready? Listen, Benny Kitty is the man. Listen, Chris Nimley's the man. Listen, Danny K is the man. Funto Tahiro is the man. Listen, Benadino is the man. Yuku Yuku is the man. Yuku Yuku is the whole Team City is the man. Team City. NKACC. Bookshops on the heartbeat, you can never really faze me. Beef over, I made up. I'm going back to my rap stuff laid up. And you be thinking I be making it, I say it up. That be one that people taking it to sustain up. To watch a boss and a true killer. Dropping hard gems on the beat, too realer. I check Nike, the Air Force, true filler. I be rolling with the boys and the true pillars. Red Devils on the rampage, I don't think so. Charlie, I said, make you no drink blow. Cause I never ever go forgive, man. Everywhere we go with the shine, every don't think glow. Charlie, where the question at?
Who the man? 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 Who the
man?
You need time for competition,
man.
Got the money coming in the boulevard.
Everybody
this is to the haters, you're not running for cover, cause you know we about to shoot the man.
Oh no.
Who the man? Who the man?
Who the man? Who the man?
Who the man?
Let's go.
Who the man?
Breathe, pause it, man. Swag so drip, drip, force it, man. From the very middle of the crowd, I've been making all the big boy moves. I just boss it, man. And I hold up, roll up, and bowl up now. Wanna get the song, give a soul up now. Never try to take it to the end of the line. When I'm making all the moves, I just roll up. I said it and they read it and they went back and they had to edit with the pencil and the pepper and they let it. Now they giving it the credit like a piece of butter when I had to spread it, take it back, see it, then I get it.
Hey, Michael.
Who?
That song is
We.
Yeah, so yeah.
Who the we?
Yeah, so that was the Who the.
How many rappers in Ghana can actually do this? Like seriously?
Sure.
Michael, loop the Fenjo Tahi part alone. Leave it on.
I got my boys with me. Check that out, ready? Listen, Benny Kitty is the man. Listen, Chris Nimley's the man. Listen, Danny K is the man. Funto Tahiro is the man. Listen, Benadino is the man.
I'm not your mate again. See, hey, listen. I'm not your mate again. I am officially on the record. I am not your mate.
See, me. Since I came to this show, since I am Muslim, but I've never said this before. Today I'm going to say it.
Why? Man, damn, man. Damn. When the American man say, damn, man.
Some man just sucked the life out of the studio.
So ladies and gentlemen,
you see why we needed a bucket of water?
That's my cover.
there will be an upload of this song on Citi FM platforms, so that you can go and everywhere. You can go and do whatever it is you want with it.
Hey, we have to see Neta. Please, we have to be in the music video. We beg.
Fent needs to outdoor that dance.
Yes,
that dance. He needs to outdoor
yes,
the dance.
Those watching on Facebook.
So I mean, I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys like it?
You are asking. You
Wait. Say it again.
Damn, man. Are you serious?
All right.
I pray for him, man.
Please. We want this talent here.
No more if you don't. No more. What's about? What a song.
I check Nike, the Air Force, true filler. I be rolling with the boys.
Who's the man? No more Jinue. He's the man.
Nothing beats this, I tell you.
Officially.
Done stuff.
Wait, from today onwards. From today until the day.
My ears on fire.
No. From today and the days forward. The question to who the man is finally answered.
Simple.
The man is Mr. Nathan Quao!
Look, from 7 to 8:30, the airways in Ghana belongs to this network.
Let's go.
It's going me crazy. Head so clouded, my eyesight hazy. And my brain up, working out, doing push-ups on the heartbeat. You can never really phase me. Beef over, I made up. I'm coming back to my rap stuff laid up. And you be thinking I be making it, I stayed up. That be when the people taking it to sustain up. To watch a boss and a true killer. Dropping hard gems on the beat, too realer. I check Nike, the Air Force, true filler. I be rolling with the boys and the true pillars. Red Devils on the rampage, I don't think so. Charlie, I said, make you no drink blow. Cause I never ever go forgive, man. Everywhere we go with the shine, every don't think glow. Charlie, where the question at?
Who the man?
Guess what's going on? What's happening? The Honorable Nii Lante Vanderpuye. I see where you rap Mukin Kong. Rap Musisco. Rap
Benjamin, have you seen what is happening to your WhatsApp line?
The message. Nii Lante Vanderpuye says that if Nathan wants to go ahead and do music, he will back the camera.
I'm happy everybody like the backstory is that Saturday dropped the instrumental, so I remember that day I kept playing it as I drove home.
Yeah, and I told you, Nathan, get on this one.
You don't snatch ballot boxes for nothing.
And I was lying down. It was around 10:30 p.m. I was lying down. I couldn't sleep. Then I just started to play the beat in my room. I was walking up and down. I was sitting on. I walked a bit, sat on the bed, and put everything together. And then I wanted to sleep, and more of the bars were coming in. So
let me finish the story. Then he sent me the bars, and I went through. I said, "No, change."
He wants to take change
line 6 bar 3. Change it small. Change it small. And we are here.
It was nice. It was nice. I remember I did the BB back cover.
Yeah, man. This sounds like an elevation.
It is.
The rappers.
And I'll tell you guys a backstory. Nana Football Acting was there when I laid the vocals. King of Accra recorded.
Truth, man.
And you believe it or not, I actually did all of that in one take. In one take. Like I recorded all of it in one go.
Slim Shady Things.
Do you know who won today's elections?
No.
See, even me.
The message box is exploding.
The message box. Even me that I did not rap some. Even me,
I might some of the rap style.
Oh, Nana, Massa, Charlie, hey. Baby,
play
Sambo. It's not just shout outs mentioning names,
no.
Or the rap. Do you understand what that
means? I'm not anybody's mate again. I've officially appeared in the rap.
When did you ever think Fentuta you would end?
But I ain't the only man in the crowd. I got my boys with me. Check that out, ready? Listen, Benny Kitty is the man. Chris Nimley's the man. And the K is the man. Tahiro is the man. Pino is the man.
Pino is the man.
Citi is the man.
Yeah.
My man Freeway. King of Accra is the man. King of Accra when the make kill the set. Yeah. The Who the Man challenge. Peace out. Roll up. Make magic.
Challenge. The people who didn't get the shout. Wait, Nathan. Wait, please. Wait.
I'm listening.
The people who didn't get the shout but feel like they need a shout. Please give me the list. We'll do it for you. Michael Nyamato is the man. Nibili is the man.
Come on, I got the shout. What is that?
Kwakofi is the man.
Everybody.
Mr. Bumsley is the man.
Anyway, guys, back on side. In the Premier League, I told you it would get nasty. It is getting nasty on the South Coast. Southampton 0, Leicester 7.
Oh, no, I'm right.
They are harvesting them.
Jamie Vardy has 2. And guess who is in my fantasy league team?
Mr. Perez.
Yeah, guess right.
Mr. Perez.
And I've got Seyoung Chu too. You know.
Charlie, you are the winner today. You are winning at everything.
Vardy score how many?
2.
Vardy is the man.
Jose Perez is the man.
But I'm also, it's Ben Chilwell who is enjoying himself. 1 goal, 2 assists.
Wait. You see, you people, you see, me. I was sitting there on Tuesday. You know where I sit in the office. My desk is right next to Nathan's. Then he said, "Charlie, check out this thing." Then he gave me his blackhead earpiece. No,
yeah, that's one.
You play that thing, and I said, "No." Me hear big headphones.
I walked in on him and King of Accra last week Saturday. Putting final touches to the dam.
Yeah, I was here with him. Was it on Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, when I disappeared for a while.
All of a sudden, he was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, it was that same.
That was when I went to record.
No, but no unfair program. I've been in now. Where did he go?
He had to go and leave.
He came back. So he was from the lab.
I didn't know what the lab was.
The chemist.
But there's more coming actually.
Mixing stuff.
Please bring it.
More.
There's more stuff.
Please.
I mean, Nathan, the people say they need you to save GH rap.
Yes,
but GH rap is not dead. Save GH rap.
Nii Lante Vanderpuye. No more one pabo for lago bushu etwe. How many rap badan? Wale be no fear on be. Honorable Wale. Ka onu here what is she? And what na need?
All right, Charlie.
But we Edwin, Oroku, we beg you. We have plenty pictures. Put it in collage, make video, put it on Citi Sports YouTube. We beg you.
Let me speak.
We beg for you. Thank you. We beg you.
Wanna for upload the song.
Thank you.
Time.
I beg you.
In the way everybody's looking for the song.
I beg you.
Should only be found on the Citi Sports YouTube channel. We beg you.
But guys, we can't. Let's get back to the football.
Let's get back.
We can't end today's show talk about Olidade.
Olympics are back. Yeah, Olympics are back.
Rosalinda.
Olympics are back.
Pink sheet.
Oli Bebe.
Coach, don't you have a song for Oli?
Oli Kurt Okraku.
Oh! Oli Kurt.
Oli Kurt.
Oli the man.
On the day that Kurt won the elections, Oli is back in the big time.
I mean, for those who are wondering what this is, one of the things that happened at today's Congress was that that was before the election.
Yeah.
They decided that they would look at some outstanding matters. And so they decided to reinstate Olympics and King Faisal back into the Ghana Premier League. So next season there will be 18 teams instead of 16. So that was what happened. So people are wondering, how did we get it? Well, Olympics had an outstanding issue in court, back and forth, and looks like they'll get to play next season. The trick with next season really is that there'll be 18 teams, but in the end 5 teams will get relegated and 3 teams will get promoted, bringing the number back to 16 for the 2020-2021 Ghana football calendar. So that's the lowdown. So we'll be seeing great Olympics. Maybe, hopefully they should survive, but they get one more shot at staying in the league. So Oli's nicknames are back.
Oli Omwada.
Olympics. So now that Nathan is done talking about sports, football, let's get back to the more important things. The rap, the quotes are here. The lines. Red Devils on the rampage.
I don't think so.
Oh, Nana! Oh, Nana! They made it.
When I wrote that line, I started laughing to myself. I said, it didn't matter. Let me take a jab.
You know what they follow that? Everywhere we go, we they shine. So
Everywhere we go with the shine, and we don't.
You know the line at that comma. I can't remember word for word. Something about killing the time and shooting.
Yeah. So I said, I got strength.
This is literary appreciation.
So I said, I got strength, so I hold the car. I check levels in the game, and I hold the bar. And the lady said, I gotta kill time, so I'm pulling out the 9mm, and I'm shooting at the Audemars. You get the play. Okay, so this is it. So I said, the lady said I got to kill time, so I'm pulling out the 9mm. What?
My minister also uku time. So hold on.
9mm
also ukumere.
Any specific lady I can live in.
Say the 9mm
because
hold on. So the 9mm
continuous supply.
Relax, it's okay. So the 9mm, two things. 9mm, two things. Said I have to kill time. So 9mm, two things. Literally 9mm gun, shoot the Audemars, literally.
Yes.
Or a 9mm camera, shoot the Audemars, take a picture of the Audemars.
Oh.
I have to kill time, so I'm doing something to kill time.
Yeah. Or 9mm.
Nah, not that.
Okay, so the team is a King of Accra is a producer. So you need
no King of Accra mixed. He mixed the beat was already.
Yeah, it was already. So go to King of Accra's website, kingofaccra.com, or you can get to his Twitter handle.
Oh, the song is there. Yeah, put it there. Okay.
King of Accra working on.
Go and look at it.
We know Sarkodie is a big fan of Sports Panorama.
We have given up on the sports today.
Charlie, let's get back.
We are in jamming mood.
Hey, please. Let's get back to what?
Let's get back.
We are back to the important things.
This is what I mean.
Michael, play the shout out part.
Play the shout out part. We'll play everything before we leave.
Please play the shout out.
We'll play everything before we leave.
The sports is finished.
Relax. We'll play everything before we leave.
The Who the Man challenge. But I ain't the only man in the crowd. I got my boys with me. Check that out. Ready? Listen, Benny Kitty is the man. Listen, Chris Nimley is the man. Listen, Danny Kay is the man. Fonto Tahiro is the man. Listen, Benadino is the man. Yuku is the man. Yuku is the whole Team City is the man. Team City. NKACC. My man Freeway. Yeah. King of Accra is the man. King of Accra when the mid kill the set. Yeah,
Charlie, it's okay.
When Charlie, your official hype man.
Yeah,
you know me, I can talk, I can shout.
The Breakfast Daily producer said that he wants you on Breakfast Daily on Monday live to deliver the live.
So DSTV, they are very good friends. So this weekend there's more football. They've got top Premier League action. Top of the bill is Liverpool and Spurs, guys.
That's Sunday.
Yeah. And the clocks are changing Sunday.
Hey, no more.
Clocks are changing. So Sunday, the last game of the day is at 4:30. So let's note that.
So we go on air.
There's an earlier game.
And that is
we'll go on air earlier, so don't worry. We'll go on air at 1 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, so there's that, which is the top liner really. Arsenal, Palace, Norwich, Man United. United are going to Norwich. Temo Pukki is around. And then there's Burnley, Chelsea. That's happening on Saturday. And Man City, Aston Villa. In terms of the other leagues, though, the top liner in Italy, which will be live on DSTV, is AS Roma and AC Milan. And talking about AS Roma, you see, the Bible said that.
You are back at this agenda again.
This one won't allow. This one said, can the leopard lose its spots, or can the Ethiopian lose its dark skin? Chris Smalling was at it again.
Wasn't
slapping his face with the ball and conceding a penalty.
The referee did it.
It was a bad call. So how is it?
Smalling agenda is alive.
AS Roma will take on Milan. Another Smalling masterclass.
Smalling has left.
You always watch Roma matches, or now you have a keen interest because of Smalling.
I always watch Roma matches. This time the interest is heightened. There's Inter Parma on Saturday. That's on Super Sport 8. Fiorentina Lazio, very, very good game. Of course, the El Clasico has been postponed, so it's not happening. But Atletico Madrid, our very good friend Thomas Partey, will face Iñaki Williams on Saturday as well. And the other things going on, the Under-17 World Cup starts on Saturday. That's also live on Super Sport. So they've got all kinds of amazing. If you love rugby semi-finals and finals happening. There's some.
Let me just go through
there's some cricket.
The Premier League fixtures for this week, and then somebody's saying something interesting in my Twitter. Says that coach must drop the Ghana version of Who's the Man. We'll be getting there very, very soon. Let me just read out the fixture. So, in our Friday night game, It's guys. I thought it was a joke, but it's actually serious. It's 7-0. It's 7-0 at St. Mary's, and it's only 69 minutes played. It's not funny. It's 7-0. There's Manchester City versus Aston Villa. There's Brighton versus Everton. There's Watford versus Bournemouth. West Ham versus Sheffield. Burnley versus Chelsea. There's Newcastle versus Wolves. There's Liverpool versus Tottenham. Arsenal Palace and Norwich Manchester United. So that's what's going on as far as the game of football is concerned. Premier League for this weekend, that's the lowdown. Guys, concluding thoughts, Twitter. Let's get to Twitter. Somebody read me some tweets.
Oh man, the Twitter is lit, man.
Yes. Read me some
Kofi next door. Challenge GH rappers for listen to Nathan Quao in Who the Man Challenge. Then learn how to rap.
Oh, come on.
Then the door so. Hey, Kofi next door. Kofi Ozu, you do all. Bright Joel Austin says, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Wow. Too much talent. You start organizing some workshops. Let's learn from you. Oh, man.
Rap clinic. Rap clinic.
Nana. Difa says, Nathan Quao is everything a rapper medical thought he could ever be.
We have reached there, please. We have reached there.
That's not true. That's not true.
Pretty Koki says, Nathan, make Fentio your hype man. In case you didn't. Hey, Pretty. We are pretty, what's it? We are pretty, what's it? Oh, and this is my best one. I am Aye. Says, Ejumanesi, Nathan is the real rap King Quao.
No. Ejumanesi Ampa.
King Quao.
All right.
Let's
Let's enjoy it.
You know what we're going to do?
We have to dedicate the song.
Oh, last tweet. Last tweet.
Read the tweet.
Irama Kakraba. She says, I don't listen to rap, but I could listen to this all day long. It is dope.
Please, somebody says, what's the Spanish phrase for who's the man?
¿Quién es el hombre?
What's the one? ¿Quién what?
¿Quién es el hombre?
But in a more serious note, quite a lot of people in the mentions are asking you to go into music full time. Nathan, I mean, you should
every time I just play around. Every time I just play around.
It is money, you know. It is money.
Yeah, it is a lot of money.
It's just listen, guys. I mean,
you may not need it. Those the men around you. We need the kudi.
Do music now. Do music.
But anyway, I mean, you look. That's it. So you never know. Look, you never know. I might be on detour. You never know. I might be.
You never know. Never know. Let's go.
But we also have
one more time. We sign off for the
but
show.
it's important to mention this. Sunday, Kotoko have a game against San Pedro. CAF.
Yes.
Very big game.
Elections and who the men have out as Kotoko.
I've been Kumasi. Hopefully, another group stage campaign in the CAF Confederation Cup. After all, the head coach said that's their level. So, we take the group stage like that. They must get a decent result in the first league because these are Ivorians.
They are dangerous.
Very dangerous. And they know the opponent quite well. West African opponents are always tricky. Kotoko having helped themselves in the build-up to the game because there's been too much negative press around the team. And that's not good. But once it's kickoff time at 3 p.m. on Sunday, the boys will need to go in there and do the job and make sure they get a very decent scoreline before they go away. Because in this competition, you can never be too sure. It doesn't matter how well you win. The away tie can always turn on its head. You need to keep your focus, get a decent result, and then see what happens in a few days in Abidjan. But I think that the game on Sunday, it's a very important game for all the fans in Kumasi. Come around and watch the game, support the team.
You know what I like about you, Fentio?
Yeah.
The way you were celebrating the song.
Yeah.
Eulogizing Nathan, making noise.
Why are you speaking in a low tone?
And all of a sudden, I'm trying to mimic you. All of a sudden, you have become serious, and you are rallying support for Asante Kotoko.
Very important.
I appreciate it very much, Fentio.
Yeah, very important.
AKA Inde, AKA getting your name on the song.
Coach Dorcas, stop that.
Coach, let's do final shout-outs before we send the show home.
Look. I have a friend at work. He's a colleague. He's everything. He's called Briju. He's from Tadi. He's listening to the program all the way from Tadi.
I say, what?
Briju of Ghana Christian International High School. Briju, this is your man. You just heard Nathan Quao.
The man.
When I say the lyricist,
this is your man.
The pianist.
He is the man.
International relations analyst.
Shout out to Briju. Briju.
Okay, Daniel, please, your barber shop needs shout outs. Your hair is looking great.
Have you noticed that the punk is going down?
The punk is going down. I hear when your money reduces, your punk goes down.
And also because the new barber at the shop, the new barber at the shop, every day Daniel goes there. The man, they look Daniel in face. He know they pay, so he they cost there.
Charlie, but the punk is looking.
Finish the punk.
Let's luxurious.
By next month, Charlie. By next month, Daniel go get a quote.
One
say something.
You see,
put his mic off, please.
You see, one district, one dam. Fento Dahiru is 1 year, 1 beard.
Charlie, don't do this. You want to say Fento is Brenya?
Oh yes, he has 3 beards.
I'm sorry. Let us go away from this.
Me and Kelly belong to the same club.
What are you there?
So, Sports Panorama was probably brought to us by Betway and also by DSTV. Thank you very much, the listeners of this show. You make this show what it is, honestly. Those of you who get to us on Twitter, those of you who get to us via text, it's absolutely amazing how you actually support the show. But congrats again to Kurt Okraku on being elected GFA president. There's Premier League football on Citi 97.3 FM tomorrow. The Premier League preview show is also right up after Sports Panorama. But we leave you with Who the Man, Nathan Quao. Let's go.
Yeah.